welcome to the Dope People Meet podcast. I am your host, Portia Marie. This is where creators meet and have dope conversations. Today, the episode is sponsored by Bel Air Rosé, and I have the honor and privilege of having the world's ghettoest couple, Pretty V and Desi Banks, in the building. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
She said ghetto.
Right, the ghetto is. Dessie, she really said like the ghetto is couple.
The ghetto is couple.
He don't love me.
What's up, V? Take us back to Peanut's mama house. Tell us who you are, where you from, and what you do.
What's up, you guys? You already know what time it is. It's your girl. Yes, I'm Pretty V. You already know the characters. Peanut Mama, Maria. We got the ghetto girl. I mean, we got who I got? We got the New York chick. We just got so much because in this mind it goes from Miami originally, out here in the ATL, entrepreneur, comedian, God-fearing.
Period.
I mean, we just do what we do, you know.
Okay, and take us back to the hood. Dessie, what's up?
Back to the hood.
To the hood.
It ain't, yeah. Oh, yeah, my boy.
Parlay.
But yeah, you know, Desi Banks, added comedian. Been doing social media work since 2012. You know, just growing, you know, with a lot of stuff that I do right now, man. Just, you know, being inspired by people, you know, like Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, know, with the stuff that I do right now. It's more. But yeah, man, I've been doing it. And, you know, I'm just growing, you know, as far as, you know, getting to like movies and, you know, different films and stuff like that. So it's a journey, and I'm enjoying the process, you know, each and every day, for sure. Most definitely.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you guys. Yes. I know this is y'all very first interview situation conversation with Peanut's mama and Parlay friend. You know what I'm saying? Parlay friend.
This is exclusive.
This is exclusive.
We have not done a radio interview. It's just always
just not together.
Not together.
Ever.
Wow.
So,
I feel special.
You should.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you should cry.
Okay, I will cry after the podcast. I need my face for the camera.
Because I can't go nowhere without no gas money.
Look, we ain't finna do that right now.
You know what I'm saying? I can't go nowhere. So if I wanted to go on a radio station and do something, I could never have no gas money.
Okay, not right now. You doing too much.
No, you doing too much.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Everybody, like, try to listen. That's your problem. You never listen.
The ghettoest couple in the world.
Nice up.
Before we get into the conversation, you know we have to start off with a celebration toast. You know, celebrating life, celebrating our accomplishments. So, you know, I want you guys to give the people one word of affirmation, or it can be a quote. Just give the people something.
I guess I could start.
Yeah.
I always say in the morning, I'm healed, I'm blessed, I'm set free, and a delay is never a denial.
I know that's right.
I just say, hey, man, find purpose.
Yep. On purpose. Yes. Cheers to that.
Yep. There you go.
So give us the beginning of how Pretty V entered into the entertainment business.
Well, I started, of course, it goes back to me being in college for 4 years. I went to St. Augustine University, HBCU. You already know.
Yes, HBCU.
Yeah, Blue Chip Pride. And I started out doing that. I did all 4 years. When I got to college, I was already involved in activities, but I was a freshman, so they didn't allow me to do the radio station until I was a sophomore. They didn't allow me to do certain things because I was just getting into college. So I knew, like, okay, this is my purpose. I have to get into this entertainment world some way, somehow, because it starts, you know, first in college for me, you know, understanding the craft, understanding radio. Like, I didn't know. The reason why I went to St. Augustine is because they had it on radio station there. So I did that, and I started my sophomore year, and that's how I knew. I was like, okay, I want to do radio. I want to do it how Angie Martinez had it, Wendy Williams. Like, I want to DJ Khaled, like that's what I want to do. And then I kind of found my way doing that. And then I graduated, literally depressed because I didn't get a job offer right away from college. So I was just like in my head so much. I remember that like it was yesterday. And then after that, I came to Atlanta. My ex was out here. You already know when the ex calls, you kind of got to run a little bit. Like
you always run into
So, you know, when they called at the time, I was like, okay, I'm going to come in. Because I was comfortable. Like, I was like, all right, I feel safe. I'm this. I don't have to worry or whatever. I got a job offer to do promotions at 107.9. It's a pop station in Charlotte. And I got the opportunity, and I did it. And after that, I left that and had my own podcast show called The VXO Show. I had my own radio show, in college called Lounge 22.
All right.
With Quan Baton, Jakina, Allie, and Johnny Newman. His dad used to play ball. So we literally had our own radio show. And then fast forwarding, I got a job opportunity to do my own podcast podcast show called the VXL show. I did that for a little while. We had some dope guests. Stopped doing that. I found myself in the street. And that's how Instagram came about.
Yes, girl.
With that, my homegirl was like, my homegirl sent me that. Like, you should do that. And I was like, do what? So then my best friend was like, girl, go out there and just fight yourself. So then I was just like, let my hair go. Let my hair go. Let my hair go. I'm like, don't touch me. Let my hair go.
The wildest video.
No.
I'm like, girl, who thought to fight themselves?
When I said,
She would find Palet's sister.
probably sister, somebody. It was somebody. I was like, let my hair go. So then after that, it went crazy. Like, to this day, I could post that if something's going on. This how COVID got you acting in the street. This how this got you acting. I could post that and it would still go crazy. So,
what year was that?
That was about 2017. 2016, 17, I think, because that's when Monica had that challenge with Missy.
Yes.
That big challenge, what was it?
What's the name of it?
So Gone?
Yeah, So Gone challenge.
It was that challenge, and then I threw mines up at the time, too. So whatever
Smart.
year that was, we did that, and I was like, okay, that's going viral, so how do I keep that going? We all know now social media, and I think back then a little bit too, gave people an anxiety because you want to keep up.
Right.
You know, you have to. It's like I was posting 3 times a day. Like Peanut Mom, Sharon, whatever it was that I was doing, just randomly dancing. Like I was posting that throughout the day. Now it's just like you post when you got some creatives in your mind because it's business at the end of the day too.
Right.
We're not on Instagram just stay on there. You have to find a lane that you could
And make it make sense.
Right, make it make sense and also have different streams of income as well. That's why I go by. Like I don't want to just have one bag. Like I want to make sure if this is not working out, this gets shut down, the world gets shut down again, I don't have to depend on City Trends. I don't have to depend on this. I don't depend on that. I know I'm bringing in something some way. So doing that, I fought myself in the street. Again, I got my first deal with having a hair company. I was getting $500 a month. That was not paying anything. And then let me go back. After I was finished with the VXO show, I was working for the baby, and I did all his admin work.
The baby?
South Coast Music Group. We did South Coast Music Group. He had like 14K at the time. I was getting to like 60K, and then we did cross promos. So I promote him. I do skits with him. I got like 2 skits on my page with me and him, and I look back at him like, wow, like this is when he was called Baby Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
Me and Arnold Taylor, we just did admin work together. I was doing radio plays for them. You know, I'm sending the baby to like Lincoln. We did St. Augustine University. We did Allen University. We did Benedict. So I took him to all the HBCUs so he could do podcasts and radios because I just had the connection coming out of school. And after that, I got fired from Arnold Taylor. I told him every time I do any interviews, I always thank him for firing me because it pushed me to find my purpose, to get into the entertainment business, to step out on faith. Because my rent was $1,200. After he did that, I had no money to my name. It was just me, my sister, and Charlotte. So I had to work. I had to continue to see what was going to happen with me doing these skits by myself. You know, my mom's in Miami, doing what she had to do, being a teacher, everything like that. I didn't want to keep calling her phone. I didn't want to keep running back home to a safe place. So I had to boss up. So after I did that, I spoke to Arnold. I spoke to, John, the baby, and I told him, I said, fool, I got fired. He's like, I told you, like, chase your dreams. Like, you are funny, Vina. Like, you do not need to work here. Like, promise you. And then next time I seen the baby was on the red carpet. I was interviewing him at the Hip Hop Awards last year, and we finally seen each other. He was like, he's like, I'm so proud of you. I said, oh my God. I remember shuffling papers like, I got it. I promise you. It's going to be done at 5. And the baby come in and said, you got this shit for us? And I'm like, so I'm calling schools just to get, oh my God, I get emotional talking about it because I was calling schools so he could perform at the school.
That's so hard.
Like I was literally just their assistant, just walking around with them, and wanted to be around them all the time. And after that, like I said, fast forward, and I just found myself in the street, and I was just on Instagram since then, and just getting to what I need to get, and just growing. The whole thing is just, I was just growing.
The journey is so dope.
Yeah, it's
yes,
so real.
Ma'am. That is hard.
And then after that, I left that apartment with my sister. We went to a newer apartment, and I paid the whole rent, for that
Look
year.
at God.
And then after that, I came to Atlanta with an apartment, 2 apartments, and now I own my home. So,
girl, yes, talk about it.
Yeah. So,
all right, Desi, what's up, my guy?
Desi like,
he's like, I gotta come behind that.
No, Desi got a fucking story.
Yeah,
that's a supporter. I was Desi's supporter on Vine.
Really?
That's how big. Like I don't know about Vine. I knew about Vine, but him and J. Cole, like that girl J. Cole,
yes.
like I was like, who's this guy? The fucking hair he came out the house with. Remember that time? That video went crazy. And if you bring that shit back just randomly, off some mood shit, that goes crazy. Could we curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
give us the story then.
It's long,
Yeah.
though.
Give it to us.
I just shortened mine up now. We could go all day.
Give it to us.
Okay, well, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. I was first playing sports before I started doing any of this.
Football, basketball.
I played football.
Good or no?
Yes, I was. I actually went to
Definitely
college and played.
Oh,
ball.
okay.
Yes.
Scholarship or no?
Yes, scholarship. I actually did 2 years at Morehead, and I ended up finishing at Georgia State.
Okay.
You want to hear everything?
Yes.
Okay, so growing up, I was always inspired by people like Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence. Growing up, Nutty Professor to this day is my favorite movie.
Really?
So I used to watch that consistently, like every single day. So that's like what inspired me with my characters. I got grandma characters, I got kid characters, I got damn near every character you can name. I'm saying, from mechanic characters to a lot of characters. I was always like the funny guy on the team, growing up, being that childhood person that made everybody laugh. But I really didn't take it seriously, what I'm saying? I just thought I was just being this person, I didn't know what I was doing. What I'm saying? It didn't really click, I would say, until I got a little older. And I would say around maybe like high school, and I started doing like great funny things, what I'm saying, winning like most humorous in high school, and acting out movie scenes for my friends. Like I said, still this day, I wasn't really thinking about it, what I'm saying, because I was still into sports. I played football, and people used to always tell me, man, hey, man, you don't make it in sports, man, you need to be a comedian. I got a friend named Vincent Dallas who tell me that all the time. And I'm just like, man, I ain't trying to do that, what I'm saying? I'm trying to play football, and like I said, people tell me all the time. And I had a friend named Rashad Ponder who introduced me to Vine. That's why I started in 2012. He was just telling me, man, hey, man, I think you funny. And I was like, okay. And he was like, man, it's this social media thing that you need to get on called Vine. I'm like, what's Vine? It's like a 6-second, it was 6-second clips. And I was like, okay, I was seeing people, be funny or whatnot. And then I ended up putting like my first video up, man. My first video that I ever did, it went viral. And that's when I was like, okay.
Crazy.
What was you doing in that video?
It was Atlanta Talk video. I did Atlanta Talk. I remember this video like it was yesterday. It was Atlanta Talk video, and I was just talking about how like Atlanta people give directions.
Give it to us, please. Give it to us.
I can't remember what I said. It was just like, so goddamn, look, we're gonna goddamn make this right. And when you make this goddamn right, I want you goddamn go down Boulevard.
I think I did.
What I'm saying? It was something like that.
Funny.
But
it went crazy. Like, hey, I'm gonna be real. Probably to the day, I probably was the first person to like really start that hood, that slang, that stuff. Nothing against nobody that's
give credit where credit's due.
That's doing it, and then I stay consistent of that, man. So I did that first video, and I tried like multiple other videos, and they just start doing
Picking
good.
up.
But like I said, I was into sports, man. That's when because I started in 2012. That was like my sophomore, my freshman year, like my freshman going to my sophomore year of college. So I wasn't really like taking it serious, but I was still like putting little stuff on there, to build my, my following and whatnot. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have a vision of what I actually really wanted to do at the time. So I end up, like I said, I'm playing football in college. I end up I stopped doing the Vines for like maybe like a few months, and then I didn't really start back until I transferred from Morehead State.
Okay.
I did 2 years there, and I was playing there. And when I transferred and I came to Georgia State, and I played here for 2 years. And once I started doing that, I was still more serious into my football. Fast forward, football ended up not working out for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was just like, okay. So what I'm gonna do? I didn't know what I was gonna do at the time.
And how old were you at that time?
I was maybe like 20. What's your junior year of college, senior year of college? You'd be around what?
Like 27.
No, about
23.
Like 23, 24, somewhere in there.
24, around that time.
You're like 27.
Yeah. But throughout the process of playing football, like I said, I was the funny guy on the team.
Right.
And so came 2015. I ended up graduating from Georgia State. Like I said, football didn't work out for me, man. That was my dream. That was my goal. That was my passion. I remember riding in the car, with my mom, and I was just telling her, I was just like, man, I even cried because I didn't know what I was gonna do. Football was my life, man. I'm like, this was it for me. Like, I don't know. And my mom was just telling me, she was just like, don't worry, she was just like, trust God, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got your degree, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be okay, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, okay, man, like I said, that still didn't click to me.
Right.
At the time, I'm like, Mom, you know what I do. You know what I'm saying? And then, crazy, the same friend that told me to start doing the Vines in 2012, he was like, bro, I think you should start taking your acting and your comedy serious. And I'm just like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, go back. So I remember the time my football coach at Georgia State, my senior year, I had to talk with him too, because I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like at the time, he was like, it was crazy. He was like, you funny. He said, I used to, out of nowhere, he was like, you funny. I used to see your vines. He's a white coach. He's like, man, I used to see your vines. He's like, you're funny dude. He was like, you're gonna be a star. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So 2015, I graduated, and 2016, that's when I joined acting classes. I got into acting classes with Dwayne Boyd. I started taking classes with Dwayne, and I got back on the social media. That's when I got on Instagram. And I started back getting on my skits and, building my following. So I asked God, I was just saying, I wanted to find my purpose in life. So I ended up joining a church. I joined House of Hope. My pastor's E. Smith. I ended up joining the church because I needed the guidance, man. I didn't know, man. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang. So I ended up joining the church. I ended up going through these classes, just to try to find myself. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up, I forgot the book that I read that really changed my life. I can't remember the book. It was one book, but then my second book that really changed my life was a book called Purposely Driven. And that's when I found my purpose. I was able to find my purpose into this comedy stuff. And a line, that was in there, it was just telling you to find your. I had to go back into my past and go back and find myself from a child. To find myself I was already this person.
That's deep.
If I was this I was this funny guy. People used to always tell me, "You funny. If you don't make it in football, you need to do this." And I tell my grandmama all the time. I say her introducing me to Eddie Murphy movies, Martin Lawrence. To this day, I watch. What used to make me stop crying? She used to turn on Martin.
Really?
I promise you, she used to turn on Martin show. And they used to calm me down. Martin. He used to calm me down. I used to stop crying. And Netta Professor, I used to watch that movie every single day. Didn't know why. Didn't know. I was just a fan of, you know what I'm saying? But not knowing how God works. Exactly. When it comes to you find it. He's setting you up into a place, you know what I'm saying? To where he's actually going to take it, to really show you that your gift, they always say your gift will make room for you. Yes. He allowed me to tap into my gifts, to really find my purpose and my gifts that I had. Now with the stuff that I'm doing right now, I'm touching way more people than I would have touched playing football. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's still what's so amazing. God knew I love football too, right? Yeah. So he still allowed me to be in that atmosphere. Yeah. I was able to host a Pro Bowl. I was able to enjoy. Go to the Super Bowls. I'm able to. Ooh, I just did a Zoom. with Deion Sanders. Yes. I just did a Zoom with Deion Sanders for the NFL yesterday. I've been on the NFL Network, being a host. On there.
Look at God.
And the NFL are big fans of me and my work. I have so many NFL players that follows me. You know what I'm saying? So
you
it's
gonna make me cry.
I didn't even know I was going. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. But it's just how God works. You know what I'm saying? And I'm it took time. I had to go through a process of really finding myself. I had to get closer to God. Yeah. To actually find out who I really was. You know what I'm saying? And consistency. I get back to college. I graduated from college. I get into acting class. And like I said, I was still going through that process. So I ended up getting a job, my first job. And like I said, that's when I started back going. I was working at Smoothie King, right? At the time when I graduated from college, right? And so, it used to be crazy, man, because people used to come into Smoothie King. They used to be like, bro, you the dude from... And I'm saying dang, you know what I'm saying? Dang, okay, I'm this person, you know what I'm saying? And... So, like I said, I was in the acting classes, and I was back on social media doing the 15-second clips. I used to post, she said she used to post 3 videos a day. I used to post 4 to 5 videos, 15-second clips a day. I'm talking about a day. I used to be excited doing it. I was happy to do it. I'm so happy to do it now. You know what I'm saying? And so I end up, when I was working at Smoothie King, what really changed my life for real, I end up booking a movie called Love by Chance that was produced by a director named Samad Davis. And it sent me international. I was in South Africa for 12 days for a movie.
That's
so
hard.
I'm saying to myself,
So dope.
I'm like, there's no way that I'm about to go back to Smoothie King after I'm in Africa.
Okay.
Right.
I am in Africa for a movie, and I'm in a movie with people like Clifton Powell, Terry J. Vaughn, Atandwa Akani. He's from South Africa. He was in Black Panther. He was actually the younger father of the Black Panther, and his dad was actually the father. So I was able to meet his father. They was both in Black Panther. So I'm in the movie with these. Black Panther wasn't here then,
of course.
but his father was in The Lion King when we was
Wow.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a voice of the, in Lion King. So I'm over there and I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. I probably had about like 700,000 followers at the time. You know what I'm saying? Almost 1 million. But me staying consistent and me getting into acting classes and me becoming this person, like, the more I did it, the more I saw people being attached to me in a good way, like me inspiring people. You know what I'm saying? Like, people saying, like, man, I was going through so much and you made my day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that mattered to me. Like, oh, you make me want to start doing videos. People say I'm funny. You make me actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that stuff like that matters. The
little things.
The little things. Like, that's what I say. That's purpose. At the end of the day, the stuff that I do right now is really not for me, man. It's to help others. It's to inspire other people. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to create magic. I just like to bring the stuff that I done seen, the stuff that I done been through. That's why I said I had to find my style of comedy as well. Find out what I wanted to bring to people. You know what I'm saying? So I want to bring people the real stuff. So when you see my stuff, I'm on to relating to the real.
It's so authentic.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's like, once I found that creativity, that purpose in it, that way and that fun of it, I was able to stay consistent and become a student of the game. To really tap into being a student. Like, if I wanted to be this person, this actor, this comedian, I have to be a student. I read on books, you have to be a student of the game. So I started watching more movies. I started, like I said, getting acting classes. I started watching stand-up. I started doing all these things that I was going to have to do to become this person. Once I really found out, dang, this is the person that people used to always say this when I was a kid. I was always this guy making people laugh, doing all this great stuff. And once I figured that out, I just been growing.
And doing it so well.
In 2021. And it's like each year I try to just elevate who I am. I got into creating. Now I got my own production, Desi Banks production. I shoot my own films, from short films to sketches to, like I said, I'm inspired by people like Kevin Hart, Tyler Perry, them having their own productions. Like I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Black-owned businesses, I love it.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So where I'm at now is like, man, I'm doing exactly what I had to tap in.
It came full circle from football to the comedy.
And football played its purpose, in my life. It made me disciplined. It made me learn how to be a team player. It's just different things. It played its purpose. I'm gonna be real. Like, if it wasn't for football, I don't think I even would have went to college. You know what I'm saying? So I think God allowed things to happen to keep me out of trouble. From where it's just some little. You never know God's journey
for your life. All of that.
But if you pick God in your life and you allow Him to control your direction
and use you,
the rest will be
Yes,
history. So I just have to walk with God every day.
Yep.
Man,
You know,
I'm having to control myself over here.
Right.
You got me a little emotional. I'm like, golly.
Definitely have
That's
the
how we gonna
armor.
start it?
Yes.
I didn't want to,
No.
You know, don't let me
Well,
shed a
again,
tear.
that's a story. That's a testimony.
No, I
think
love
everybody
it.
is definitely very. I'm inspired. I'm inspired
Yes.
by Dessie. I'm inspired by the B Simones. I'm inspired by anybody who's in the comedy world in the rim of getting to it. And I've seen these people. Like, I didn't know me and Dessie got close this year. You feel me? And I've heard about him, seen his craft, but like this year, just to know like how passionate he is, and just to piggyback off of your story, when you played football, it was like you still kept that sauce of football in your artistry. So at the end, you didn't forget where you came from, and that's a good thing about it. And I
Right.
think we all, put that in our comedy. If you're relating to the people, then you're winning, because this is how you're going to continue to grow. You have to be relatable. And I always say, if it's not organic to me, I don't want to be a part of it. If it's not authentic to me, I don't want to be a part of it. Don't call my phone. Don't say that. I don't like the makeups. Like,
Right.
no, let's do it. Let's make
I love
it feel
that.
like it's real. So, yeah, I mean, everybody should definitely be inspired. And I'm inspired by anybody I work with.
I'm
my
inspired
peers.
by both of you guys' story. So let's talk about how has being a social media sensation affected your life?
It's good and bad.
Talk about it, the pros and the
good, yeah,
cons.
I'm gonna just say the good is I'm able to touch people. Turn. I'm all about comedy is healing.
Yes.
Either way, like you're supposed to laugh, even when you're down, even when you feel like you don't need to be funny. It's like my dad used to always tell me, "I'm gonna hit you if you keep laughing." And I used to be like, "Why? Like we're yelling, you're yelling at me, you're gonna hit me for what? Like, why I can't laugh? I want to laugh." So that's another story. But he used to always say that. I used to be like, okay. But when I was around my dad's house, I used to always laugh, and my grandma used to say, "Be quiet, why you laughing too much? Why you da 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 da?" And my dad, one day I heard him say, "Let her go on," that means let her go in patois. She gonna be somebody. Like, she's gonna be a star, right? So I used to be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know that. But back then, nigga, you ain't want me to be laughing. You gonna
Right.
So I think comedy brings healing, and I feel like that's a good thing when it comes being a social media influencer, being a socialite. It brings healing. Like, I have people in my DM about depression, anxiety, can't sleep, don't know what to do, suicidal thoughts, about to do this, and I'm just like, but if I go to your videos, V, you make me laugh. Thank you so much. So I think
That's so dope.
always touching those people that I don't know about, and that's in them DMs, the top requests, or the ones that's just sitting there for 5 weeks, and for me to click it and see, I'm like, wow, okay, I was having a bad day internally, so for me to push myself to do this video, it helped you. So thank God that you're okay, but I know I'm strong enough to get through it,
Right.
because I have the armor of God on me, like he been stretching out, and I love that me and Dessie could talk about God, because we both have the armor. That's why we can't go different places. 'Cause everybody
Exactly.
you feel me? So I kind of protect myself when that, and sometimes you can't really give a lot of people everything on the gram sometimes, because you don't know everybody's intent.
Exactly.
So for me, when I do things, I just try to always do it in good intent, and do it because, like I said, authentic and being organic. So it's a good thing with being a socialite, because I get to touch the people. I get to pay my bills. I get to bless my mother.
Okay.
I guess she ain't working. That's
Yes,
that's a
ma'am,
blessing.
mama.
My daddy, my nephew, my sister, she's in the army. So when she get out, she gonna be set. And just to you give back too.
Love to
just
see
to
it.
give back. The give back is real. Even some people that I could go back home to Miami and bless, and they don't even gotta ask me, because they helped me internally, And when I didn't have, and I needed $50 to come from Charlotte to Atlanta, you sold your seed into me.
Exactly.
So by you doing that, I'm gonna multiply that 50 tenfold. So I'm able to do that and not think twice about it. Sometimes it'd be like, okay, you done doing too much, but I have to, because I know God gonna bless me.
Exactly.
But in the bad, the bad thing about it is just everybody thinking they got to be in competition. It's not that deep.
Right.
My walk is my walk. My strut is my strut.
I don't even compare you to
Yeah.
anybody
Oh,
on
no.
social media. It's like, Pretty V, you are definitely in your own lane.
Yeah. But it gets that way too when you're trying to be creative or do this. It just feel like everybody it's a hate thing, low key internally, but you
Right.
can feel it if you
Yeah.
if you know it.
Yeah.
Or if it's like just competition, or it could be people just asking for things, and we ain't talking 10 years. So now you see me with these millions of followers, you feel like she got 5 million in her bank account.
Exactly.
Because the followers say that, and then it's like whatever, but you don't know what I've been going through. You ain't ask that first. You just ask, can I pay your bill, your phone bill, and I get back. I don't need it back, but my heart, I will always do that. But sometimes you have to kind of, even family too, friends too, people you know for 10 years, they'll take advantage of that. So it's a good and bad situation. You just gotta know, ask God for the spirit of discernment and just know which areas to go. And I just feel like it affects myself, good and the bad. But if I'm doing what I got to do and what I'm called to do, I'm fine. But when it gets to the energy, you can feel it, and everybody just want different things from different areas. You just got to know how to defer the two.